What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It's the Match Me Abroad edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. It's the one only Teresa out there.
Hello. Ahoy, everyone.
Oh,
How's everyone doing? Jak se máš?
You're fired up, and I need you to settle down. I need you to settle down right now, Teresa. We have a long show in front of us, and Teresa is steamy right now.
Oh, I'm about to give someone a piece of my own mind.
That's the thing I love about Match Me Abroad here is we got one of our very own checks, our very own check.
Exactly.
And she can give us that inside knowledge. Mm-hmm. She can give us that understanding and that perspective that nobody else can, not even apparently Katarina.
Oh, listen, I like Katarina, but she said something that I was like, oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no,
We'll
Katarina.
get there.
Because not only is she Czech as you are, Teresa, but it's even more near and dear to you than that. It is personal.
It is very
on a
personal.
whole other level.
We'll get there.
If we haven't hooked you in enough yet, guys, well, you better stay tuned because
Stay tuned.
Right now, we're going to hit you with the business real quick, okay? We're on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. If you're not following us there, you should be for a couple of reasons. One, we got some memes. They're fun. We like them. We like to have fun with the memes, and if you watched 90 Day and saw the tell-all, some people communicate with memes. Gabe and Monica.
Apparently.
We like to have fun with them. It's not our main form of communication, but we have fun. We do memes once in a while, but also you guys can message us on Instagram. You can talk to us. We want to hear your thoughts. That's how you call into the pod. And so follow us at Married to Reality Pod on Instagram and message us. Talk to us. We want to hear what you have to say.
Absolutely.
Also join us on Patreon. Patreon.com/Married to Reality. It's a good time over there. We got levels, all sorts of fun from Friends with Benefit all the way up to Family Affair. Family Affair, you get video of Love in Paradise, which is what we're covering right now on Patreon. You get a monthly bonus episode. We just did Mer People, which is getting rave reviews.
Real people, mer people.
Teresa keeps trying to make that happen. She's just ripping off the Steel commercials.
Real people, Steel people.
Yeah, these were real people. These were Mer People. It was a wild show that we covered on the Family Affair level of the Patreon. So check it out, patreon.com/Married to Reality. Also, just make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening. Doesn't matter where you're listening, as long as you're following the podcast. So no matter what we drop, when we drop it, you'll get it as soon as we do. It's so easy to follow the podcast. Just look down and smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's hot. Is the little old school car boat that Harold was having his first date in. Did you see that it was shaped as an old school car?
One man's hot is another man's garbage.
What?
Yeah, that was horrible.
Why?
That was horrible. It looked like trash was floating in the Charles River.
You mean the little car?
Yeah. It's garbage.
What are you talking about?
It's garbage. I want my boats to look like boats.
No.
We'll get to it in the main part of the podcast.
Look at this guy.
Smash like it's as hot as the Czech Republic in general. And last but not least, if you haven't left a review, please do. We love. And if you leave a 5-star review, we'll read it on the main podcast, the 90 Day podcast, the Monday Night podcast. So please leave us a review and we'll read it over there.
Yes.
All right. Should we do it? Can we get into it?
it?
Match Me Abroad, Season 1, Episode 3. And let's just, right off the top, let's start with our favorite.
Harold in the Czech Republic.
Those light switches teleported me right back to Czech. I don't know if it's a European-wide thing.
It is.
But those square light switches, it's good because when it's dark, here we got little clitorises of light switches. Over there, and I don't even know what you would call them in Europe, but just a big panel, just smack, and the lights are on.
Yeah. Everything about the Czech Republic is amazing. And I love how Harold's walking around Prague. And it's like some of the parts I know where he's semi-done, but it looks beautiful. And it makes me emotional to watch my homeland on TV.
Yeah, I feel the same way when Darcy and Stacy are trotting through Middletown, Connecticut, Teresa.
So you get me.
So Harold goes to meet Katarina, the matchmaker. What was this office? Is she like renting a room in Hogwarts?
No, but it was like an old school, probably like an old building.
Wasn't this very posh? When you think of like matchmakers, I don't think of state buildings. This was a very posh structure that Katarina set up shop in.
Well, think of Prague. Prague, all these old buildings.
I know, but the interior is renovated. The interior is modern. She had like leather-bound books. She had wood paneling.
Loved it. That was very cool. My grandpa used to have the same lamp, but in green.
Okay, it's a Czech staple.
In his office. Mm-hmm.
You don't get it at Czech Staples, but it's a Czech staple.
We don't have Czech Staples.
I'll have to...
We have a version, we call it papírnictví, the paper shop. You went to one.
Oh, like a small...
There's no chain, it's just a store that sells paper goodies.
Got it. Okay, well, Harold is looking for love, not for 3-hole punch paper. And he's going to Katarina's office to find it, wearing American flag suspenders.
He loves Suspies.
Harold.
Listen, that's his vibe. And
I'm not shitting on the suspenders, although I did via a meme more recently. But I'm shitting on the fact that he's wearing what Chuck would wear. Chuck would wear American flag suspenders. You're in another country.
Don't shit on Chuck. Don't shit on my boy.
Chuck goes to Moldova. He's wearing an American flag hat. Embrace the culture. Don't be like, well, I'm an American. I'm going to wear an American flag shit. It's like, no, embrace the culture when you're there.
I agree. And you do that as much as you can. Well, you do it. Like my mom bought you a ton of Czech shirts and you wear them all with pride.
I wear them in America.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, I feel like that's a little different. I'm not Czech, so I'm just rocking a gift shop tee.
Some of them my parents made for you.
A lot of them are homemade. But you know what I'm saying? Like, especially in Czech, too. I don't think that's the country where people are like, oh, that's an American? Let me go try to get my green card and go to America.
No, not Czech.
So it's not like a beacon to attract Czech women. It just seems like, okay, you're going to be kind of a boring American who's in Czech and is going to not embrace the culture. You're still stuck in America.
Mm-hmm. Plus, Prague is filled with tourists. So it's almost like, all right, like, here comes another American, right? Mm-hmm. He's not like, oh my gosh, American.
Right.
Yeah.
He's in the Times Square. I felt bad even saying that. But
don't say that.
He's in the New York City of Czech.
But for different reasons. It's, no, for the same reasons. It's
the center
a lot of tourists. It's the center.
Commerce and tourism.
It's our capital city. It's beautiful. It wasn't destroyed by the wars. It's all in a great shape.
Yeah.
All the rocks are old. All the castles are old.
Yeah. And even the matchmaking offices are old.
I love it. And I love how blunt Katarina is because it is so true. Czech people, and I think Europeans in general, are very blunt. And I learned to dial back quite a bit because I live in America and I just, I was told, not just by my beloved husband, by others that sometimes it might come across rude.
Yeah.
And even though like I never meant to be rude, it's just who we are. And so I learned, I think I'm good now, but Katarina lives in the Czech Republic, so she just is staying true to who she is. And she's like, we don't really talk about being on the spectrum in the Czech Republic.
Is that true?
Yeah. I have never heard the term. I have never had a conversation about this, and I don't know anyone.
You also left, and I believe you, I believe Katarina, you also left when you were 19, 20? So I didn't really talk about autism or the spectrum that much when I was in middle school or high school.
No, but this is what it is. So in Czech, we have special schools for kids who are developmentally delayed. And I know some that they went to school with me in the first grade and they couldn't keep up. So they're moved over and we don't interact anymore, right? Like they go to their schools, we go to our schools. Sometimes these schools are attached to regular schools. Sometimes they stand on its own. This is where I was in school. Nowadays, my mom is actually a principal, and I know she has teaching assistants who, if the kids are developmentally delayed, but not to the point that they need to move to a separate school, they get a teaching assistant. Who can like help them out. They can still keep up.
Okay.
They need a little extra push.
Okay.
But we still separate. And it's like, we don't talk about it as openly as in the US. Like being on a spectrum, it's true. You don't hear it. It's not a something that people would open up about. Even if you are,
Yeah.
you're just not gonna go and put it out there.
No, I think we're very open.
Very open.
Which is good.
I love it. I love it. It's not the Czech Republic, unfortunately. Maybe one day. But Katarina is right. But she also says she has a lot of experience with people like Harold. And so what she's going to do is to give him what he wants. She's going to set him up on a date with a beautiful, tall, Czech woman, whatever he asks for. And she's going to allow him to feel like, oh my gosh, that's not gonna work. And then she's gonna set him up with someone she thinks is perfect for him. And she might not be blonde and she might not be tall.
So 2 thoughts. 1, I don't necessarily like the way Katarina said this, because what he's saying is, oh, a tall, athletic blonde would not like someone on the spectrum. There's no tall, athletic blonde in Czech that would be
Let
open
me stop you right here.
Yeah.
English is her second language, and she is living in the Czech Republic. So the way she expresses herself, don't look too deep into it. Don't say, oh, she's being rude. Think about it. She's me 10 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know if it's rude, because my other point was going to be Juan basically does this with Susan too. It's like, okay, well, I gave her what she wanted, and she didn't like her date with Miguel, and so I'm going to give her what she needs now, which is what Katarina's saying is, I'll let him date someone who's tall, athletic, and blonde, but then I'm going to give him what he really needs.
I'm all for it because it's so true. Listen, these guys pay a certain amount of money to go to these countries and they want to be matched. And someone like Harold or even Susan, not even, especially Susan, you have a list of things, right, that you want this person to have. And I get it. Definitely want to hit some things on your list, but there's some more important than others. And like say for Harold, he's like, okay, I'm gonna Czech girl, tall girl, athletic girl, blonde girl, right? It's like, okay, that's great. And there might be some, but what if there is a girl who is not as tall, she's maybe not as athletic, and she has brown hair, but she's perfect for you. You will hit it off, right?
Okay.
So I feel like Katarina, what she's doing is like, I'll give you someone you're asking for, and let's see, maybe you'll hit it off, and that would be great, or maybe you won't. And then when I give you something you didn't ask for, then I can have the argument of like, listen, I gave you what you asked for, it didn't work out. How about you open your mind a bit and you try something what I think is good for you?
Yeah.
So I get it. I absolutely get it.
I think that's right. I think, okay, maybe I misinterpreted or misunderstood the way she was saying it, because it made it seem like she was saying, okay, tall athletic blondes only go for David Beckham types.
That's not true.
And that's not true. There's tall athletic blondes who will go for all sorts of men.
That's not what she was saying. I think she was just preparing Harold for, and maybe Shorty has a girl or couple in mind perfect for him, but they're not hitting everything on his looks list, right? So I think she just wants to give him what he asked for and take it from there.
Okay. So she gives Harold a little piece of advice for when he goes out and dates, which is be yourself and be an active listener.
And this is where I'm going to give Katarina a lot of shit, right? Something I've been dealing with since I moved to this country. As you guys know, my name is Teresa. This is the way, Czech way to pronounce is Teresa. The American way is Teresa. I'll roll with Teresa, right? You say it.
Teresa.
Yeah, and you go by Teresa. And I love it. That's so good. Katarina is going by the American way and calls her Teresa. And I hate it.
Oh boy.
Because, okay, I get what Katarina's doing. She's like, yes, this is an American show. If I say Teresa, everyone's going to be like, what? But that's her name. And she's Czech. And you were in the Czech Republic. If you've been in the US, I would be like, you know what? It's hard for Americans. But that's her freaking name. You love that I try to stick to my name's pronunciation. And in my personal life, sometimes I give up and I go by Teresa, which that's on me. But many times people come out and say, hey, like, how do you actually pronounce your name? And I love it because that is the correct way. And so also some people gave up to the point that they call me T, which I also love.
Yeah.
But that's my nickname. Yeah.
I wouldn't dumb down. If there's one thing I wouldn't dumb down for other people, it's my name.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're right. I'm saying when someone calls me Teresa and I say I give up is when I said it multiple times.
Right.
And they just keep coming back calling me Teresa. At that point, it's like, you know what? Sure. We are in America. I'm not going to keep fighting you. So I'm okay with it. I think I would take an offense in if someone close to me, like let's say John was like, I'm going to call you Teresa. I'll be like, well, that's not my name.
Right.
But, if it's someone I see professionally or so, I'm okay with them calling me Teresa. But once again, we are in America. Katerina, they're in the Czech Republic. Don't call her Teresa. I absolutely hate it. That's like the only thing I hate that Katerina did.
Yeah. And when we meet Teresa, she introduces herself as Teresa.
Yes.
So, because I was leaning in, because I go, okay, because obviously our Teresa here that we know and love, she was bubbling over when this whole interaction was happening. I said, wait, maybe, people say their names differently. And
No.
Teresa was like, in the Czech Republic, it's Teresa. And so I was like, all right, well, let's see when Harold's date introduces herself, and she said, hi, nice to meet you, I'm Therese.
She said Therese. And I do go by Therese in the Czech Republic. My parents call me Therese.
Yeah.
Or Tereska, whatever. I have other nicknames in Czech. But the bottom line is that you pronounce the beautiful Z. It's not Teresa, it's Teresa.
I think Katerina was saying what was Katerina saying? Not Teresa. Was she saying Teresa?
No, she's Teresa.
Oh, she said
She was
Teresa.
going for the American version.
She was going Teresa. Yeah, you're right. So speaking of Teresa, 26, great body, very sexy. These are the adjectives that Katerina is using, not me.
You better.
Personality-wise, she's peaceful, which is why she thinks she'll be a good match for Harold.
I'll show you a sexy blonde, not 26, but
And not tall, but average height.
yeah, she seemed to be an average height too.
Yeah. So it's date day. First date in 6 years for Harold, and he's picked out his finest Hawaiian shirt and straps on those American flag suspenders.
Yeah, that was I get it. Katerina told him, be yourself, and he's being himself. And I think that is important.
I want you to be yourself because you want someone to fall in love with you.
Yeah.
But there are versions of oneself. And there are luau versions of yourself. And there are date versions of yourself. And those two should never combine unless you are on a date at a luau.
I think Katerina's going to help Harold to become Date Harold, like Date Mike.
One date too late.
Well, but there wasn't a love connection. Even if he was wearing a Prada suit.
I don't know.
I think I'm gonna judge Teresa. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I think she's looking for a sugar daddy.
Perhaps. And yeah, Harold drawing a $100 bill and handing it to her is not gonna get her very far. But he did draw a beautiful flower.
That was very sweet.
So sweet, right?
So sweet.
To me, that is the action speaks louder than the words, or it's from the heart. It's not the money. Like the thought that went into this, I thought was so sweet, and I loved it.
Here's what so they're on this boat that John hates. I love.
This boat
they're
stinks.
On the Vltava River, which is our famous river in the Czech Republic.
Yes. Oh, I said the Charles River. It's the Charles Bridge.
Charles Bridge.
Yes.
It's the Vltava River.
Got it.
And there is a beautiful song about the river that was put together by Bedřich Smetana, which is one of our famous, what do you call, like Mozart? Well, who is Mozart?
Composers.
From that time. It's a beautiful song. I'll play it for you.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the end of the story?
I'm just dropping a fun fact about the river.
Got it. So we meet Therese, and let me say this. You don't look like her, but you look like you share a closet with her.
No, I don't.
You guys, same leather jacket.
No.
Same pocketbook.
Oh my, are you kidding me?
It was a hot pink strapped pocketbook.
I would never wear Guess, first of all. Guess is an overrated
shots
brand.
Fired, not a sponsor.
I would never wear a pink purse.
What?
My purse it's a Marc Jacobs purse, and it has the letters written in pink. The rest is
I thought the
black.
entire strap was pink.
No.
Oh. All right.
Ew, that purse was horrible. If I have to do outfits this segment, her leather jacket didn't look good. I would not wear that style.
All right.
I wear a different style. Her whole persona. Listen, there are a lot of Czech women who have a beautiful style. A lot of Czech models who I'm like, damn, that's a great jacket. Where did you buy it, right?
Yeah.
Not Teresa.
All right.
Not Teresa.
Yeah, Teresa was not my cup of tea, personality-wise or physically.
No.
So, all right. We're on the same page there.
I can't believe you said that.
All right. I mean, it wasn't too. You dress more like Therese than you do Harold. So that's all I'm saying.
It's like if I told you, like, oh, John, you dress like Chris from Maths.
How dare you?
You see? That's how I feel.
I've worn a tank top once in the last 10 years and I got burned severely.
But that's how I feel.
All right.
That's how much you offended me just now.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
Eating dinner at the dining, not the dining room.
You're
the
so
TV
worked up
table.
you can't even speak.
Yes.
All right. So Harold, they're out pedaling and Harold's like, let's talk a little. I'm 41. I'm young at heart. I like to draw and paint. And that's when he gives Therese the flower. And she's like, oh, it's really nice. And he rips it out and he gives it to her. So sweet. I'm hopeful. I'm crossing my fingers that there's a love connection.
There is not.
But then we get Therese's first impression.
Let me go back to one of my harsh comment about Guess. I used to love Guess when I was younger. I don't want to shit solely on Guess. I just outgrew the brand. Because
Okay.
I know like some of you might like it. And listen, I used to as well. So I don't want to totally shit on it, right? That was just not my cup of a purse
Got it.
that she was wearing.
Got
But yeah, I just outgrew Guess.
Okay.
Back.
So Therese says, I'm not attracted to Harold because he's not tall. And also, he's got a different style. I like rebellious guys. And I want a boy who'll be nice and sensitive too. So Therese has got quite the list of requirements herself.
Well, let's just be honest. She wants a hot guy who's also nice.
And rich.
Like what I have.
And well, minus that. Yeah. So then Therese, at least she's trying to make conversation over here. She's like, do you have any pets, Harold? He does not. He used to have a family bird, but the poor bird got a cold and died.
Teresa, I hate birds.
I'm getting very confused because there are some things that are very similar between you two and others that are not. Like you also hate birds, and you
I don't
also
hate birds.
You have a bird phobia, like Therese.
I don't like pigeons. Who likes pigeons? Show me a beautiful toucan. I'll pet it.
Really?
Toucans are nice.
Could we get a parrot?
I like kiwis.
Could we get a parrot?
A yellow one.
Really?
If it goes with our living room.
That's very
but
true.
they're very messy. But my grandpa used to have little parrots.
All right.
I used to play with them a lot.
All right.
I witnessed him dying.
I'm not surprised. Every animal dies that you've ever looked at.
I have so many photos of me and the bird sitting on me.
All right.
I have nothing against nice looking birds. I just don't like pigeons because they land, they try to eat your food, they poop on you. It's like, it's not my vibe.
All right.
I like bald eagles too.
Very majestic.
Very majestic. So
right.
I don't totally hate birds. I just hate pigeons.
So Therese asks Harold, what's the most important thing for you? I don't know if he was trying to be sexual, but boy, was it a sexual answer.
Oh, Harold.
Your pleasure.
But I don't think he meant it the way he meant
Ribbed
it.
for your pleasure. I think he read it off a Trojan box.
But I don't think Teresa picked up on it. No.
Yeah. But she picked up on this next comment when Harold said, so, do you find me attractive?
Well, okay. Poor Harold, because if you remember at the beginning of the season, he's like, I love the Czech woman because women, but they're blonde.
Oh, yeah.
They just say what they want. So I think Harold is just going to be blunt and just go for it and ask. And so he did.
And Therese says, I don't know you so much, but if I should be really honest, I don't like flowers on men, for example.
All right.
Here's the thing, and you may tell me I'm crazy. I don't think, if you just look at the two of them, I don't think Therese is like out of Harold's league. I don't find her that attractive.
No, she's not, but
I think Harold's like not a bad looking guy.
well, I think,
Minus the suspenders and the Hawaiian shirt.
yeah, I guess you're right. And there is an age gap, but Harold looks very young. So
That's true. I forgot the age. But like, yeah, like she's not some European model.
No,
and
she's not.
And he's not bad looking.
No,
But I'm being very superficial and just going on looks.
I don't see them together.
No, there's no connection there.
No, and we see it when we get back on the land because Harold is just like being blunt again. He's like, So can I have your phone number? Would you like to go out tonight?
And her response.
Okay, her response like, I have a dog at home. So you know, like, and he's like, okay, can I get your phone number so I can text you? And Teresa's like, if I want to see you somewhere, I will find you. I like died laughing. I'm like, I've heard it on the movie. I swear to God.
Really?
Yeah, or like a TV show. She got it from somewhere. And I laugh because it's so that literally she's saying like, I don't ever want to see you, but if I run into you, okay.
I laughed and cried a little when Harold said, okay, well, my name is on the drawing.
Oh, Harold.
Harold.
Okay. I hate to say this, but I think Harold has this idea about the Czech women. Besides the fact, yes, they're tall, blonde, and beautiful and blonde. Again, not everyone's blonde and tall. He also thinks that he's going to come to the Czech Republic and him being an American will just like...
Say it, Teresa.
Sweep them.
Say it, Teresa, for the people in the back.
Well, he thinks because he's American, everyone wants to be with him and marry him and get a green card.
That's why he's wearing those American flag braces.
But it's so not true, especially in the Czech Republic.
You picked the wrong country, Harold.
Yeah, because I think a lot of girls, I'm going to be just judged by my friends, a lot of people I know, no one's going anywhere. And I know some people who went all these travel abroad, study abroad, right? Au pairs, right? They're all back home. And I know 3 girls, including myself, from my circle of friends growing up who left and stayed.
Mm-hmm.
One in America and 2 of them are in England.
Mm-hmm. Now, maybe if you went to Slovakia, Harold, you'd have better luck with those suspenders.
But yeah, like, it's just not it's not that the stereotypical, like, oh, everyone's trying to get out of the country.
Right.
No one is trying to get out of the country. We have a hot new president. He apparently looks like a Hugo Boss model, which I agree.
As long as he's not a guest model.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I'm still rooting for you, Harold. I'm here for you. I want you to find love.
I think she has someone for him. I just think she's not going to look like what Harold's stereotypical mind has asked for.
She's not going to look like Yara.
No. And I think it's okay. And again, Czech
Or my
Republic
wife.
is not filled with Yaras or filled with people who look like me. There are a lot of, blonde girls.
Jeez, Teresa, take it
What?
easy. People
I'm
who
saying
look like me.
Blonde girls.
I know. We talked. Yes, I don't want our friends to think you're conceited.
What does it mean?
Fool yourself.
Oh, I'm not. No.
No. We said it on the other episode. The most popular hair color is brown.
Yeah. Oh, like a lot of girls, like, my hair gets a little darker, so I get highlights. Like, a lot of girls do that too. But it's not a country filled with blonde women. Like, it's just not.
I don't think Teresa. I think
she has highlights too.
I think she dyed her hair.
And it's fine. It's just, I don't think, and if that's what Harold was looking for, I think he should have gone more north.
Yeah, like a Nordic.
Like Sweden, yeah. Like they do. Those women are definitely more blonde than we are.
Yeah. Yeah, you should have gone more north, Harold. Well, we'll see. We're not going to write him off just yet. I think he's going to get a little bit.
I really hope Katarina has someone for him because she is aware of the fact that he has autism. Yeah. She said she's worked with people with autism, which is great. So I hope that this was just her move, as she said. And the next one's going to be someone...
Break them down so you can build them back up. And she is going to build them up. She's going to give them a makeover.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
All right. Me too. All right. That's a good place, I think, to take a quick break.
I need to take a shot or something.
Take a shot of Slivovica.
Ooh, we should.
Shout out to the Czech Republic. Well, maybe next time.
We don't do that anymore.
We don't drink enough. As we have
should.
2 chilled beers right in front.
It's
very light.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. Woo! I can't wait. All right. We'll be back in a second. And we're back.
Ahoy, Jonathan.
All right. I needed to stretch out during that break so I could do my happy dance when we go to this next single. Teresa's eyes. Hold on. Let me pick them up for you because I think they rolled out of your head right there. Once in a while, guys. Once in a while, your friend John gets something right.
I was laughing at all the comments. I feel bad for John, guys.
Exactly.
Guys, it's okay to take John's side. I really don't get. Not that I don't give a shit.
You know what? Don't take my side. You can all be wrong.
I love when you guys take my side, but I also am wrong once in a while. And apparently this was one of the times.
She's a tough European. Don't let her fake it any other way. She can handle being wrong. She is tough. She can take it.
Oh yeah, we have fun on this spot, but apparently it's not Stanika. It's
Stanika.
Ugh, okay. It's gonna take me some adjusting.
Stanika. Oh, it rolls off the tongue. Stanika, I couldn't pronounce for the life of me.
Stanika. It's like, how are you? Stanika. It's not, apparently.
Thank you guys, and there were several of you who wrote in. No one just flat out said, no, John's right. Everyone's like, I hate to go against Teresa, but I think John's right on this one.
I love the laugh. I was laughing because John is like, can you believe this? Can you believe that people don't just come out and take my side? So guys, give him some love.
I think people went and talked to their pastor about it. They were like, can we take his side?
I love the love. This podcast really helped me a lot with the way I express myself, because I used to question myself a lot because of my accent, because English is not my first language. I still question myself sometimes, but you guys really gave me enough confidence that I don't question myself as much, and I feel okay butchering the English language and just like rolling with it. That wasn't me before. So I wanted to thank you guys and thank John too.
You're welcome.
He always corrects me with laugh and some laughter. And we all literally, I love it. I love the way I approach the English language now, with being on the pod for 3 years, basically.
Yeah.
The anniversary is coming up next month.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. So thanks, guys. And yeah, take his side once in a while and then just message me that like wink, so I know.
Believe me, I won't get used to it. Let's do it, though. Here we go. Stanika, baby. She is meeting her first date in Morocco.
Noureddin.
Yeah, I think you got that one right. Nina's there for support.
And to hold the flowers that she received.
Okay, this should just be law. If you're going to give someone flowers, and I'll get off my soapbox after this one because I know I make this point a lot. If you're going to give someone flowers, you should also bring someone along to carry those flowers for her, because we saw it with Jewish matchmaking. We've seen it time and time again. You're giving someone a chore for the rest of the date.
I'm telling you, it's a thing. It's a thing in all countries. Guys giving women flowers, it's a beautiful gesture. I agree. I don't like flowers, so you don't have to worry about it. But in this case, you should have brought like candy, like little chocolate they could snack on while walking around.
Beautiful. You give one of those candy necklaces or a ring pop. You can wear it. You can snack on it.
Oh my gosh, I used to love ring pop.
The ring pop might be a little too forward. It might seem like a proposal. So I wouldn't go ring pop, but the Smarties necklace or bracelet. Just go to an arcade before you go on a first date. Get a couple raffle tickets together and give your date something nice.
Listen, I like the gesture of bringing something, especially in a situation like this. But yeah,
Flowers ain't it, folks. Flowers ain't it.
Listen, she loved it. I'm telling you, women love it. I'm weird.
Send flowers on a birthday or Mother's Day. Bring flowers.
To where? To her secret hotel room?
No, but if you get another date and you pick her up at the hotel room, or you go to the person's home.
I have a better idea. He's a tour guide.
Yes.
End the date in a store that sells flowers.
Now we're talking.
And then buy it for her.
Now we're talking.
Am I right?
Now we're talking.
Am I right?
So speaking of, yes, he's a tour guide. So he's going to take Stanika on a tour. And first stop, tea tasting.
I love this.
I liked it. Stanika liked it because she has sinus problems.
And I like Noureddin. Like, he seems like a nice dude. He's like, I really like Stanika, but I want to get to know her more. I want to see if there is a deeper connection.
Here's what I didn't love about this date.
Okay.
Forget the flowers.
You didn't like Nina shadowing them?
I was okay with that. I wished it was more of just an introduction and we'll see later, but at least she was there to carry the flowers. I didn't like that he basically took her to work. He took her on his job. And
no, he did not. Listen.
Let me finish.
He's a tour guy. Okay,
Let me
finish.
I felt like he just fell too much into his tour guide ways. The relationship wasn't man and woman. The relationship was tour guide tourist. That was the conversation. It wasn't romantic. He was hitting his spiel.
I don't agree.
He was working for tips.
They were talking about some hard topics.
Not
What do you
nips.
like in a partner? Like stuff like this. They got deeper. And listen, if you are a tour guide and she's new to Morocco, oh my gosh, that's the perfect combination. You take her to places, you give her the history, the backgrounds. I freaking loved it.
I liked the date, and yes, I think that is the appropriate thing to do is, someone's visiting, you show them around. But I just felt like he was doing it too much as a tour guide and not as a potential mate.
I don't agree. Imagine you go on a date with a doctor and you're like, oh, my stomach hurts, I ate too much. The doctor's gonna be like, maybe you got an ulcer and blah, 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 blah. Maybe you should go and see someone else.
Well, that's potentially life-saving. I think that's great. But imagine going on a date with a bartender and he's like, yeah, come to the bar I work at and sit at the bar and I'll make you a cocktail.
That's different. But if a bartender, you're on a date with a bartender and he took you eventually to the bar he works at and made a cocktail for you, that's fine.
I like ending the date there.
Okay.
I like ending the date. Oh, we went to the movies. We went to dinner. Now, let me open up the bar when no one's here. Let me whip you up a special cocktail. End with a nightcap. I like that. But the whole bar, or the whole date, you're just sitting at the bar I work at. Now, granted, this wasn't like a group tour, although it was when Nina was there. It was sort of one-on-one and special in that way. But I just felt like she was at his job for the date.
No, I didn't. I thought it was good.
All right. Well, the date continues. Did you think it was good when they whipped up some goat head?
Okay, I'm gonna give Stanika a big kudos for just being like, you know what? Ew, but let me try it. It's your culture. You say it's good. Let's see it. And she's like, it's like roast beef.
Yeah, this, yes, all the kudos to Stanika. And I don't know that I would go this far as to eat goat head, but I would be closer in a country where that was a delicacy. Like, I wouldn't eat it in Florida. Let's put it that way.
No.
But I am down to try, like we talked about it the other day when I was in Austin and I went to that restaurant and I ate elk and I ate snake. And it's like, because that just felt right. Like that felt like the Texas thing to do. I'm not going to be eating snake in Oklahoma, probably.
So next time we go home for Christmas, home meaning my parents' home, you are down to eat the carp head.
No. I can draw the line.
Just to make it clear, you are down to try the carp head.
Here's the thing, and I'll just be
it's
very...
really good.
Like,
it's just fish meat.
I'll be blunt
it's white fish.
So you can understand me. I don't like fish. So I would actually be more down to eat the goat head or the lamb head because I've had lamb. So let me just
don't love lamb.
Go a little bit up on the body and I'll try the head. I don't like fish.
Carp is such a good fish.
There's very few fish that I like, so why eat something's head that I don't even like their body?
You didn't try the body.
I don't like fish in general.
Carp is such a good... It's a sweet water fish. You are being fancy with these old salty water fish.
A little bit,
with all these tunas.
Tuna's like the only fish
How about a good sweet water fish?
Let me try the body first.
Okay. Mom, take notes. Next time, John is trying the body.
Let me try. If you debone it for me, that's the other thing
I'll debone it for you.
All right, and I'll bone you later. Anyways, let's move on. They start talking about themselves a little bit. Stanika wants to know what Nordine is attracted to. And he says, I want someone decent and smart, successful, someone that will love me.
For who I am. I loved it.
For who I am. Stanika goes, what's the one thing you won't tolerate? Nordine's very specific. He's had someone do this to him before because he says cheating. Like, just spits it out.
I'm with him. That's one thing I wouldn't tolerate.
I know, but I don't know if that would be the first thing that pops into I guess.
It would.
I mean,
especially if you
be
number
one.
I don't know if you've ever been cheated on. I have.
Not that I know of. I know, like on your birthday.
Yeah, on my fucking 18th birthday.
That's not good.
Like, honestly, that was just, and again, that was my high school boyfriend. We dated for a few years. We were like on and off every other week. But he was my high school boyfriend. He did cheat on me. He didn't even come to my birthday party. And instead, he went somewhere else to a different party and banged this chick, right?
Not cool.
And I found out, and it's like, do I care? No, because we were breaking up anyways, and it was high school. But if you think about it, like, it sucks. If someone does it to you, it sucks.
Yeah, it's just so bad that for me, it's, you shouldn't even have to say it. Like, it should just go without being said that cheating is.
Oh, I would say I'm with him. I would literally, if you ask me on our first date or so, I would be like, cheating, like, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's like, who tolerates that? That's my question. It's like, who?
There are people who might be in this whatever weird open relationship kind of vibe.
That's not
be
cheating
like,
then.
Well, there might also, listen, there are people who, if the other cheats on them, they get over it.
Yeah.
We just watched The Love and Death.
True.
Not that only
True.
he got over her cheating, she also
murdered. Well, she did not. No, spoiler. No. We don't want to.
No.
But watch the show, guys. We don't want to
It's a really
spoil
good
it
show
too
on
much.
HBO.
Love and Death. You're right. And what I would say is, don't let someone cheat on you unless you're okay with it, I guess. But then it's an open relationship. Like, respect yourself enough not to let someone take advantage of you.
But I'm saying
like
there are a lot of people out there, unfortunately, and it's sad, who are like, oh, okay, well, you cheated on me, but you said it meant nothing, so things are fine. And listen, you do you. But it's something that I would not be like, oh, okay, well, that's fine, moving on, just don't do it again. Like, that would ruin all the trust.
100%.
And the trust is so important that I would never, even if I was like, you know what, maybe I didn't pay attention to you enough, and then you went and you searched elsewhere, and maybe I want to forget about it, I would never trust you. And I think that would be what would ruin the relationship.
Yes. Okay. All good points.
I'm with him.
All good points. So, okay. They're hitting it off. They're vibing each other. Stanika is blown away that she can't find any red flags.
Yeah, she really likes it. I can see them together.
I can see him. So
They're
far,
like
so
nice
good.
match. He seems to be tall. She seems to be tall.
One little issue that may get in the way. One little hiccup. Nordine has to leave tomorrow to give some VIPs a tour.
Yes, and I love that Stanika was like, you know what, like, I would love to see you too, but I'm leaving in 3 weeks, and so I'm going to keep exploring. Yeah. I love that she said it.
No, you can't put all your eggs in one basket, especially if that basket's not even going to be there.
But he's like, you know what, I would love to see you again. I'll try to make it happen.
Well, I like it. Let's see.
Me too. I love them together.
I like them together.
It's like a first match, and I'm like, all right.
Well, coming off of Harold and Teresa.
And also Susan last
true.
episode.
Very true. All right.
New peeps, who this?
New single alert. Batter up. It's Mark, 44, Phoenix currently, but is quite the traveler. Has lived in 9 other states.
Yeah, he's a broadcaster.
I was like, is she trying to make a pun that he's kind of like a frat boy? He's a broad.
No.
He's a broadcaster.
I was just trying to get the English language right.
He works in sports.
Yeah, and he's been traveling the world, visited 41 countries, which I'm quite jealous of.
That's a lot.
We gotta keep up.
I think you're more than me, probably.
Not that many.
15, maybe?
I think the extra countries I've been to besides you, I've been to England, Croatia, and Greece.
Those are 3 big ones, 3 good ones.
But
have you been to Canada?
No.
Got that on you.
I've never been to the Caribbean either.
Ooh, I got that on you.
I've been to Mexico.
I took a John Mayer cruise. We ported in Mexico. I never got off the boat, so I don't think that counts. I was too hungover.
But yeah,
My
John and I, we have a big travel list. We try as we go. But I love that he visited 41 countries. That's beautiful. But at the same time, he's like, you know what? That's all I've been doing. Traveling, hanging out, endless first dates, doesn't go anywhere. And now I'm 44 and I do want to settle down and have a wife and kids.
Yeah, all of his friends are getting married and having kids, so he feels like I need to as well.
I think all of his friends have kids in high school, so we're getting ready to send them to college.
Probably. He says he did have a serious relationship. His last one he thought should have been the one, but he got spooked. He felt like he was being used financially, which is interesting because maybe my taste is off. I'm somewhat attracted to Harold, but I think Mark is a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
He's got a good job. He makes good money. He seems like, so to just feel like, oh, she's using she's using me financially. You bring other things to the table, Mark.
Yeah. Well, All right. So he's going to find love in Morocco because Moroccans are all about families and loyalty. And because he's been traveling the world, he is attracted to Middle Eastern women. But here's where I'm kind of like, all right, you've traveled the world, you know who you are attracted to, but you don't know anything about the cultures.
Okay, well, there's that, but there's also a little catch-22 that I find when he says, going to Morocco where family is central. He wants to bring this woman to America.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have a harder time ripping a woman from their family in a culture that's so family-oriented.
And especially because, I don't know if we learned this on this episode on the previews, but long story short, he wants an equal partner, someone who's going to also bring some finances into the relationship, who's going to work, right?
Yeah.
I think in Morocco, it's more common that the women stay home with the kids. They take care of the kids and the family, right? And the guy goes out and works.
I don't know. The only Moroccan men we know have been dating American women. So Osama, Azan.
Yeah. But it seems that that's the culture. And he knows nothing about it.
No, he knows.
He goes into this, literally his only clue is, I love Middle Eastern women.
Because they're sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So anyways.
Yeah. Okay. So he arrives.
In Marrakesh.
In Morocco. He's in the cab talking to the driver, being like, we're here to go out with women, potentially find a girl I could marry.
He's such a bro.
Yeah, it sounds like he's on a bachelor party.
Yeah.
But like, maybe I'll get married. Maybe it'll be like The Hangover. Who knows?
But the cab driver's like, yeah, Moroccan women are all about families, like 8+ kids. He's like, 8+? Like, I think like 1 or 2 and done.
1 or 2. Yeah. So there's your first sign he doesn't know much about the culture.
Yeah. And then he gets dropped off at this hotel. It's the same thing. Like he knocks on the door and waits. And he's like, this is so weird. And it was the same thing with Stanika.
Yeah.
Stanika. As the same hotel.
Yeah.
He kind of like, and I feel like it's been arranged by the matchmaker.
Because we should say Nina is also
the
Mark's
matchmaker.
matchmaker. Yeah. But when he checks in, he gets a little lesson.
Yeah, the concierge. I love saying it. The concierge. She's like telling him about
Michael
the
Scott.
strict Moroccan rules.
She's like a Canadian geisha.
And she's like, no ladies in the room if no married, no intimacy in public, no kissing, no hugging, nothing. And he's like, what? So I can, like, if date goes well, I can bring her back to the hotel room. It's like, dude, are you seriously? Did you sign up to be matched with a Moroccan woman?
Yeah.
You flew all the way to Morocco, yet you didn't hit the good old Google?
No.
It would take you about 10 minutes and you would learn a lot.
Hey, Google, can I have women back in my hotel room? I mean, I don't know what you Google, but yeah, you do need to read a little bit up on the culture, because his whole thing is like, well, without the physical, it's going to be hard to tell if we connect.
I get it, but dude, you should have gone to a different country.
Yeah.
I don't know where.
Or set your expectations and be like, okay, well, and we won't be able to get physical here, but we can figure something out.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That's Mark.
Then we see Nathaly, who is our friend from California. She was introduced on the last episode.
Yeah.
She is a Sri Lankan American.
Yes.
Who she thinks and wants to find her love in Colombia.
Yes. So she has arrived in Colombia looking for someone who speaks English, and nobody does.
Nobody does, but eventually she found a driver. It's Juan's driver because, again, Juan is her matchmaker, right?
Yeah, this is Juan Pablo.
Yes.
But Google Translate, maybe? Like whip out the phone, get a
Yeah.
She's like, well, I took Spanish in high school. I thought maybe it would come back to me. That's not how that works.
That's not how that works. But she gets dropped off to the hotel. And then we see her the next day. She's going to meet Juan. And Juan is like, I'll help you find the love of your life. But you need to listen to me. And you need to get out of your comfort zone.
Oh, boy. So what does that mean, Teresa?
It means salsa dancing with Juan.
Yeah, it does.
I'm like, why is she dancing with Juan?
Well, she needs a partner.
Yeah, but
dance.
she should have set her up with someone, no?
As a date? No, you want to go on the date, putting your best foot forward, no pun intended.
True.
Not two left feet. the thing I don't buy, and maybe I'll get shit for this, is Nathaly doing a salsa. She's like, this is my worst nightmare. Because salsa is sexy. Dancing is sexy. And she's like, my worst nightmare. I have a fear of being sexy.
It's the culture.
She's doing her interviews in like this little pink dress while talking about not wanting to be sexy. If this is her trying not to be sexy, I can't wait to see when she reaches full sexiness.
I'm about to give you a shit for this.
Okay.
You can dress sexy, but you don't have to feel. Like I struggle with this too. Like I sometimes do dress a little, like show a little more skin than I usually do. And then I look at myself, I'm like, okay, like, am I being snatched? Am I being sexy? Like I think about it too. And it's like, there is one way to put certain clothes on, but there is another look and you're like, do you feel it? And she doesn't feel it.
I completely agree with you.
She doesn't feel it.
I don't think that's what she's saying. She's saying, I have a fear of being sexy.
And maybe she's like, again, she dresses, it looks nice. She does show some skin, but it's not, if you think of sexy, it's not sexy. Like sexy is like extremely tall heels and really like snatched dress.
And sexy is confidence. I'll give you that. Like sexy is feeling confident.
And you know what? I think you actually hit it on the head. That's it. It's confidence. And I think that's what it is more than the clothes. Because you can wear jeans and a tee and be sexy if you carry it right.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's what she's saying. It's not as much, it has nothing to do with her clothes because she wears these big heels and she looks great.
Yeah,
but
tight clothing, showing skin.
She doesn't feel it.
She looks fantastic.
That's what it comes down to.
All right. Okay. Well, then I'm glad
Guys, don't worry. I gave him shit for you.
We solved it together. No, I knew there was something there. I just needed to work through it to understand.
Yeah, and I feel it. I literally do struggle with the same thing. And sometimes I almost feel like, oh, is this too much for whatever occasion I'm going to? Like sometimes I have a hard time finding the balance. And then I question like, okay, I'm showing some skin, but is it sexy? Can I pull this off? Like a lot of women struggle with this, I believe.
No, I believe that too. Okay, I was conflating two things.
It's easier for me because I have a husband and I can literally go to you and be like, hey, does this look good? And if you tell me no, and I'll be like, all right, like that's what I was kind of thinking, right? She's single, trying to find the love of her life, and she's not feeling it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see how this progresses. Well, thank you. We're here to learn. We're here to learn. All right. Someone who might never learn.
Oh, Susan.
Susan wears a necklace with her initials on it, so she's basic and full of herself.
Well,
is what I'll say.
She has no one else to wear initials on. I was thinking of getting initial of our joint last name. Not initial, the letter.
Okay. We'll talk about it off the mic. So Susan's meeting with Juan. She's going to give him a piece of her mind because she did not like the way things went with Miguel.
Yes, and she's like, Miguel, that didn't work out. He was very rude, blah, blah, blah. And Juan is like, well, he was everything you asked for. Was he educated? Yes. Well-traveled? Yes. Like, was he self-sufficient? Yes.
Yeah.
Like, check on your list, Susan.
But, he was so self-focused. He didn't want to hear anything I had to say. It's like, from what I saw, you weren't really giving him much. He was filling dead air.
And Juan is about to do what Katarina did. She's like, all right. He's like, all right, I gave her someone she asked for, and now I'm going to give her someone I think is better for her. So he's going to give her Carlos, who is younger, very handsome, has hair, loves to travel, but he's a musician. And I think
not as wealthy.
A lot of women are afraid of hearing the word musician because you don't...
At a certain age, you are. At 18, you're very excited to hear it.
True. Even in my mid-20s, I love that
35 plus... It could be a red flag.
You were in the band, but if
it wasn't my only source of income.
Yeah, if you are a professional musician, most of the time girls think of, okay, he plays at bars for tips and lives at his friend's couch.
If he's lucky.
Yeah, you don't think of I don't know.
I'm not gonna help you.
You don't think
I want to see who you come up with.
You don't think of Justin Timberlake, right?
All right.
Like, you don't think,
you guys know I was going to say John Mayer?
I was thinking about it, but I'm like, okay, let me do my own thing. it would be amazing if you swipe right somewhere and it turns out to be JT or he's married. So John Mayer, right?
Yeah, John Mayer's on Raya. He's not on Tinder.
It's probably not going to happen. How do you know?
I've heard.
Well, what is Raya?
It's a Tinder for celebrities.
Oh, okay.
I knew someone on Raya.
Oh,
went on a date.
Me.
I don't know if I can say this, if this is out of school.
Maybe you shouldn't.
Okay.
But you can tell me later. I think you did.
With a female, very popular now, female singer.
Ooh, you can tell me later.
I'll leave it at that.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's probably not going to happen, right? So the musician is always like, I'm going to have to split dinner, split the bill, right?
Yeah.
But for someone like Susan, she doesn't, I think she can take care of herself as long as the partner can contribute, she would be okay with.
Yeah. So
let's see.
Let's see, because Juan's like, date starts now.
And he's like, he's the opposite of Miguel. So I'm curious to see Carlos.
Yeah, I'm interested. I hope he's still a good match. I hope Juan's not like, all right, you didn't like Miguel, screw you. And like, here's the guy who lives on the couch. I hope it's still like, all right, well, we're fine tuning. We're dialing in, because I think that's what Katarina's doing. It's like, all right, I gave you exactly what you asked for. I'm going to give you a good match now. I hope Juan's not soured and like, all right, you didn't like my guy? Well, here you go. Go screw yourself.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll see.
It's quite the show, Teresa.
Quite the show.
This is quite the show. I'm loving it. Thank you guys for listening. Real quick again, we're on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod, so check us out there. Message us. Let us know how you feel about this show. Join us on Patreon. If you want even more content, join us on Patreon, patreon.com/Married to Reality. It's all ad-free. You don't hear the ads, for better or worse. You get bonus content at the Cousins Club and Family Affair level. You get Love in Paradise, and at the Family Affair level, you get video of Love in Paradise, and you get a monthly bonus, and this month was Mer People. It's a real show. So check it out, patreon.com/Married to Reality. Also, just follow along wherever you're listening right now, so no matter what we drop on the free feed, you get it immediately. So easy to do. Look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's hot. Is hopefully Harold's next date, because listen, I'm here for Harold.
Hopefully his makeover.
Oh yeah, hopefully, excited to see that.
See, yeah. So smash it like it's that. And last but not least, if you haven't left a review, please do. We love the love. 5-star review goes a long way. So please rate and review, and we'll be forever grateful.
Yes.
All right. I've said it all. Have you said it all?
Said it all.
That means we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The new Chevy Silverado HD puts you in command. Own strength with its enhanced available Duramax 6.6-liter turbo diesel V8. Own the lake with its available advanced towing technology. And own technology with an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. The new Chevy Silverado HD. Own work, own play, own life. Learn more at Chevy.com. Find new roads. Chevrolet.